Hello, how are we doing? Bit blustery out there today. Yeah, it's not ideal. Thought I'd have a quick chat with you. Not that I've just been talking to the camera for the past 5 minutes and forgot to press record. I would definitely 100% never do that. What was I talking about, Wayne? Well, that's a good question, Wayne. Talking to myself to the camera as I have been doing for the past year or so now. But yeah, anyway, so I was talking to the camera for myself, and what I was saying was a lot about cameras. This is going to be one of those camera vlog situations, and I know I've jumped backwards and forwards over the past year of doing this between the presenting things, talking about bits and pieces on computers, work, cameras, and I think I touched on this earlier in the week. Perhaps, I think I did, it was maybe in Thursday where I mentioned that one of my goals for 2025 is to acquire another camera. But Wayne, I hear you say, why do you need another camera? Don't you have one already and more than one because you're talking on this? Well, yes, that's right, future Wayne. I do. And that's what I want to talk about because there's a really useful technique of sometimes talking yourself out of something, but also talking yourself into things and vocalizing that to another person, or in this case to you guys, to a vlog to myself, because I will be watching these back as I have been doing, helps me normalize those thoughts and figure things out. So specifically I'm talking about a GH7, but why do I need a GH7? Didn't you just get a G9 Mark II this year? Yeah, I did, that's right. And it's a really good camera and I love it to pieces. I actually have 3 proper grown-up cameras. Well, I have 2 grown-up cameras and one was an entry-level one, and it is a very old camera that is still totally usable today. And do I need a camera for my hobby channel to increase that production value or anything? No, absolutely not. But one of the things that I want to do, and this is very much a want, is I want to be better at my day job. That's not entirely accurate, so let me explain a little bit. I'm going to run out of coffee before I get to the end of this. This is probably going to be a longer video as well, by the way, guys, so while I've got a minute, so let me talk to her about it. Right, so I do a few different things in my role. Some of it is still, I do development work, coding, that sort of thing, on systems. Another side of it is I'm a manager, I'm a people manager. I deal with folk and projects and make sure things are delivered on time and done and all of that kind of stuff. And then the third aspect of it is the creative aspect, is where I get to produce, film, edit, all the things, almost end to end. I have a finger in all of those pies, educational content. And that can be somewhat stifling. It's got a very, it's got to have consistent look and feels. And that's great, but it doesn't allow as much creativity as I would want in a lot of respects. That's not to say that there's none there is, and we do a diverse mix of content. But one of the things that I personally want to progress in and will help me progress in my career towards whatever that's going to be over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years is hopefully being a better cinematographer. And that means understanding the tools of that trade a little bit more than I currently do. I have knowledge in a narrow area in the field, and so increasing that through utilizing stuff that I would get for myself that I can use in multiple respects and multiple projects is beneficial. So it's investing in myself in that respect. Am I trying to talk myself into it? No. And as we've talked about before, gear acquisition syndrome is a problem. Do you need something new? Do you need that best camera? No, you don't. What is the best camera? Well, it's the one that you have. In this case, right now, I'm using this. And one of the things that I'll talk about as well over the next few weeks is how much I love this camera and its little baby brother now, or other camera, the Action Pro 5. And all of those things. So I'm going to talk about that and what I would like to do and what my ideas are for what I want to do specifically on this channel next year. Not that I want to grow this channel, I don't. This is very much a place for me to experiment, but putting something out there that's a little bit different, more than just the talking heads and me talking about stuff. I want to be able to experiment with some footage and general bits and pieces. I might even put like those interviews that I talked about, or perhaps I'll do that on the other channel, because I've got that third channel that I started at the start of the year that I've never actually done anything with, just because of time, experience, ability, all of those things where I've not managed to progress because of all the other aspects of the job and my hobby that has not allowed me to. So for 2025, that's what my focus is going to be. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it there for today because I've got like a wodge of other stuff to do and it's still fairly early. Yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying having the freedom of not having to think about work for a little while, to be able to kind of like process this stuff and figure out what it is that I want to do for the next 12 months. Working in those 12 months chunks works for me, to be honest. Having a project for a year, much like doing these vlogs for the past 12 months, helps me learn and focus and produce stuff. As I've said a couple of times before, the price of perfection can be prohibitive. So if I'm doing something daily, putting these out daily, even though they're crap, I'm doing it, I'm putting in the reps, it's the muscle memory, it's the getting better talking to camera, just being able to get things out of my mouth as they're in my brain without feeling awkward about it is a skill. That's something that I've learned while I've been doing these. All of these things are, it's micro learning. And that's something that we're bringing into my day job as well. So see, there is a synergy between why I'm doing it and what I want to do professionally and where I want my career to go. I suppose there's something there as well about changing career midlife, isn't there? Going from being a dev to being whatever this is turning into is meaning that I have to learn at a higher rate. I'm putting myself in that situation where I am continually learning that everything feels like a slog, everything is difficult, and I'm not comfortable in doing it, because as soon as I get comfortable, I get unhappy. And that is why I was such a dick for the past 10 years in that old role. I was unhappy, I became comfortable, complacent, and not challenged. So continually pushing myself to learn new things, to try new cameras, technologies, lenses, processes, applications, to get something out, but to have that thing actually be out there in the world is what I need and why I'm doing it. There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm going to have some toast and then I'm going to crack on. Maybe even have some more coffee. Have a good one. We're getting close to Christmas. We're getting close to day 365 of this. So yeah, make sure you don't get hurt in the gales and all that stuff. I'll see you on the other side. See ya.